scents are something that can also have an effect on us. They can be magical. But did you know that products and toiletries you use in your bathroom every day could be causing you and your family to become sick? Today, Doree Allen, who is an advanced communicator bronze and an advanced leader bronze, will explain how the billion-dollar cosmetics industry is able to get away with selling so many unsafe products for consumption in America. And she will help you to become more aware of what you're using when you're at the sink or in the tub. So Toastmasters, please welcome Doree Allen.
You're on.
When I walked into one of my Toastmasters meetings last month, I sat down next to the VP. I had just taken a shower and just literally ran down the street because it's only about 2 miles away from my house. And when I sat down next to him, he said, Doree, you smell good. And I knew he wasn't flirting with me. He just noticed that I smelled good. He noticed what I was wearing, and it was actually a lotion that smells kind of like cake. But I don't have it up here, but it smelled good. It smells like cake. And he says to me, Doree, I normally take a shower every day to come to work, but on the weekends, I don't bathe because my smell is not offensive to people. So I don't have an offensive body odor. And I just looked at him, the president looked at him, and we said, TMI. Toastmasters and guests, I want to talk to you today about the smell. We all notice when people smell really good or really bad. And a lot of us use products like the ones that I have on the table every day, every morning or every night because we don't have that naturally unoffensive body odor that my other VP has. Now, one of the results, as you can tell, my hair is natural. I don't have long hair anymore. I used to relax it. And last summer, I decided to go natural. And one of the things that happened is when I decided to go natural, I went to a conference in Raleigh, and one of the presenters talked about some of the things that I'm going to talk to you about today, about the fact that there are lots of different toiletries and products that we use on our body, and they can affect us even though we're not eating them. I learned that our skin is the largest organ of our body. I think that that's kind of obvious when I say it now, but when I learned it last summer, I didn't think about skin being an organ. I think about your heart, your lungs, things like that being organs, but not your skin. So whatever you put on top of your skin gets absorbed into your bloodstream. Anything you put on your scalp gets absorbed inside of your body. And what I did, I looked up a report by the Environmental Working Group, which is EWG for short, I might say that later. And I'm going to pass out some of the slides that I'm going to be showing you up front. I don't have enough for everybody. We actually have a large turnout today, which is good. So some of you might have to share. And so we'll go through, there's not a lot of slides here, but I want to go through and make sure that you can follow along with me in what I'm saying. This first slide shows that, in this report that EWG did, this graph shows that there's actually 14 secret chemicals or ingredients that were not listed on the label. A lot of times when we buy something in the store, whether it's food, lotion, or what have you, we look at the item and we look at the label to read what's on it so we know what we're getting. And even if we can't understand some of the ingredients that are on there, we pretty much think we know anyway what ingredients are harmful. But this particular graph shows a sample of several different perfumes that are widely known on the market that have ingredients that are not listed on the label. Let's take this for instance. This is Mariah Carey's first fragrance. I've had it for a very long time. It's taken me a long time to use it. And it doesn't, this particular item, once you look at the bottom of it, the label is not on it. You have to read the box. But I'm sure that there might be some things in here that don't belong. But some of the ingredients that are in these particular items that are on this graph are shown to disrupt hormones, cause allergies such as asthma, wheezing, headaches, reduce sperm count, and other ill health effects. So this is something that affects everyone. It's not just women in the mirror all morning. This is men and women that are affected by these things. The cosmetics industry is not FDA regulated because the Food and Drug Administration regulates items that go inside your mouth. So that's why we're able to buy all these products that are not fully tested. As a matter of fact, this one report that I'm showing you, you go to the second slide on page 1, the bottom slide, there's 17 products in this study total. And only 1/3 of the ingredients have been assessed for safety. So out of the 17 items in this one report, there's a total of 91 ingredients, and less than 30 of them have been tested. And I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound good to me. Page 2, if you go to page 2, which I haven't gone to, this is what I just was mentioning, sorry, this is the second slide. On page 2, which is slide 3 for you, this is just a sample of some of the tested fragrances for your information, as well as the ones preceding it. They're all from the same report. And then the next slide, this fourth slide, is where we get into some of the details about the ingredients. There's a woman here in Atlanta named Kelli Bain, and she owns a company called Khemet Biologics, and she is a chemist. And she gave a presentation to us a few months ago in another group that I'm in about different products. And on this particular slide, it talks about just a few items that are not only found in products like the ones on the table, the ones that you use in your hair or on your face, but they're also used in antifreeze. I don't know about that. I don't know what to say about that. That just doesn't sound good to me. There's more ingredients here that make you ill. For example, there's sodium lauryl and sodium laureth sulfate. There's several different sulfates. You'll find sodium lauryl sulfate, or SLS for short, in things like body washes, and you'll also find them in things like dishwashing liquid. And it is the same SLS. So basically, these are interchangeable. I don't know about that. Same thing here. This is Pure Vanilla Bath and Body Works Kitchen. This is something that I've been using in the kitchen because I handle raw meat and I want to make sure my hands stay clean while I'm working. And this also has SLS and other things in it. Again, the same thing that's in your body wash. This slide here that's also on your handout is just a few resources and organizations where you can go and get more information, and on the bottom there's a couple of websites that I recommend for you. So, what can we do as far as being consumers and trying to get information about things that are not even listed on the label? It seems like it's kind of impossible because we can't avoid fragrance. We've got candles, we've got cleaning equipment, cleaning sprays, we've got all different kinds of things in the house that we use, and they all have a fragrance. Even if it says that there's no fragrance, there is something in it, even if you can't smell it. The FDA has only banned 11 chemicals, but if you compare that 11 chemicals in the USA, there's 1,100 chemicals that are banned in the EU, in the European Union. 1,100. 100 times more. That's interesting to me. That's a big, big difference. You can look up some of the ratings of the cosmetics and toiletries that you use at the website that's listed on this slide at the bottom, cosmeticdatabase.com. It has cosmetic toxicity ratings. You can also contact your legislators and let them know that we need stronger regulations so that consumers can make informed choices about what they're buying. And you can contact your cosmetics companies like the ones here on the table directly and say, this particular item made my skin break out, but it doesn't say anything about that on the front of the packaging. Or this happened or this happened. Sometimes it's not even you, sometimes it's your children. You don't even know that something could have issues with the ingredients until someone else in your family uses it, and then you all have to use different products. So please, I ask you and beseech you to go home today, go through your bathroom, go underneath the sink, all those materials that you had under the sink that you don't even use anymore, and find out what's on the label, and then think about what else could be lurking. And you can look up this report. It's about 60 pages. I just gave you a few slides. There's more graphs and more information for you, because when you know better, you can do better. Toastmaster?
Our first speech today was from Doreen. Suzie, would you come up and please tell us your evaluation?
All right, Doree's out of the advanced manual, and the focus was about focusing on your audience. And I thought you did a great job. I really liked how you came out when you started. It really caught my attention. It was good energy, a good pace. So she came out, she opened with a toast to cup reference. So she tells a story right away that we're like, oh yeah, we know what the VPE is or whatever. And so you can relate to all of that. And that's part of the focus of this, is making sure that what you're saying is relatable to the audience. So you totally brought us in. I thought you had good energy and pace throughout. And I really liked that she was on her way to be here early and mentioned to me that I got sidetracked and had to go get something. And so she started, did she appear like she was flustered at all? Not at all. So she's got good nerves because she got everything set up, got her PowerPoint up, and she just went. So you'd have never known that she was late, wishing that she had been here earlier. She didn't let that throw her off at all. So that was excellent. So the walking forward was really good. And then I also liked that you were behind here because you were giving somewhat of a statistical speech, and so that kind of worked for me. It just seemed really natural. Not flustered. You had good, and they talked about having references and things to back up. That was one of the things that she wanted to focus on. Did you feel like she had references to back up what she was doing? Definitely. She had the handouts. One small little tweak, it didn't bother me at all, but type for time, you could have had them sitting here, or maybe appointed somebody to hand them out. Just a little thing. But I thought the way you did it was fine as well. I liked when you were showing your products. One of the things that you did is you picked up one of these and one of these and did a visual, or wherever the dawn is, and that really planted it in my mind. So showing the visual was really good. She didn't just reference it. She went over and picked it up and said, these are the same. You all remember that? You'll walk away with it. So it's funny how those little big things make a difference in planting it in the audience's mind. I thought you were knowledgeable and passionate about this subject, which did you all feel like that as well? She knew what she was talking about. She knew a whole lot more than I did around it. Was it well researched? Yes. I thought you did a really good job of saying, here's the problem and here's some solutions. One little tweak could be, here's 3 actions you could take, and then actually just point them out and then say action 1, action 2, action 3, and then at the end, those are the 3 actions you can take. Just kind of define it a little bit more. So again, how you handled it was fine, just a little tweak. You had a really cool title. Maybe use that a little bit more. I mean, I'm stretching here looking for stuff. We were all refining it. She was really good, right? But you had a cute title, Sexy Smells Can Make You Sick. So maybe use that a little bit more, because that kind of lightens up the kind of heavy research piece with kind of the fun of products we use every day. And one last thing is maybe consider relating to the audience just a little bit more. If you had more time, you could have asked us, who uses Dawn? You know, or kind of doing a little bit of your own research, and that would have gotten us a little bit more involved and then tied it more to us. But overall, really good job, well researched. I thought you had good energy and pace. I've only seen you speak one time, and I thought that was good. This was a whole different thing. It was more logical as opposed to personal, and I thought you were great. You did a really good job. So thank you.